We have here verse 28 of the 20th chapter of the Gospel of Matthew. Jesus wrapping up his conversation that was triggered by the two disciples, James and John, who came seeking to be placed on the right hand and on the left of Jesus in his kingdom as they had contemplated and envisioned the kingdom, which was a long way from the reality. Jesus, of course, turns their expectations on the head, saying that the greatest in the kingdom will be the ones who are the most diligent to seek to serve, and then he uses himself as an example. So we have the conjunction hosper, just as, ho, article, huios, the son, to anthropu, common title that Jesus applies to himself, derived, of course, from Daniel chapter 7, which is the really description Jesus uses par excellence throughout his ministry to describe himself. Just as the Son of Man, he says, uk, negation, eilthin, from erchomai. This is the third person singular aorist active indicative, did not come. So the Son of Man did not come. Diakonethenai. This is from diakoneo, to serve, as in a household servant. This is the aorist passive infinitive. So he didn't come to be served. Allah, strong conjunction, diakonesai, same word, but now in the active, so it's an aorist active infinitive, to serve. Jesus didn't come into this world to lord it over others, to demand that they take special care of him in various ways, but he came with the strong intent of actually making himself a servant, washing the feet, as it were, in many different ways of his disciples. Kai dunai, from didomi, I give. This is the aorist active infinitive, and to give. Tain sukein, the soul or the life. Autu is the possessive pronoun, autu, of him. To give the life of him, lutron. This is the word from lutron, which means a ransom. It's actually distantly related to the verb luo. To loose is the idea. To pay a ransom is a sense of loosing someone from some kind of bondage, and that's the derivation, really, of this word. To pay, to give his life as a ransom, anti, usually means in Greek on behalf of. We, of course, in English use it more regularly to mean against something. But actually its more common sense was in place of. And that is, by the way, probably the fundamental sense of the word antichrist as it's used by John in the New Testament, one who comes not against Christ as much as in place of Christ, substituting himself in as one who is there, as it were, as a counterfeit Christ. Polun, from polus, polu is the word for many in the genitive. So he gives his life anti, on behalf of many. So, of course, Jesus here establishing the paradigm for greatness in the kingdom, most aptly suggested by his own example. Jesus didn't come into this world to be served, as the disciples were envisioning it, but to give himself, to give his life, to be a servant on behalf of those to whom he was extending his redemption.